Hey YouTube, I am back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how you can get the roots of your frontal dark or your bundles, whatever you choose. But I'm going to be starting off with this 613 blonde hair from the company You Layer Hair. So as you guys can see, my frontal is dyed at the roots and it's a dark brown color. So the first thing that you guys want to do is go ahead and get some hair dye of your choice. It really doesn't matter. Just make sure it's not a cheaper one so that it doesn't fade. And you're going to have to go ahead and mix all that up. And then what I would recommend doing is doing like a spot check or a color test on some hair that does not matter. So this is just a random piece of a bundle that I did not use. So you guys are going to see me test it out at the roots with this color and make sure that I like the color before I go ahead and start on my frontal. Because if you do not do this first, you can definitely mess up your hair and it's going to be kind of hard to start all the way over. So yeah, right here I'm just applying the hair color just to the roots. I don't know why I did it. It really doesn't matter because I'm not going to use this, but just do a small section because you don't want to waste any of your actual hair dye, and then come back to it in maybe 15-20 minutes to see the full color payoff. Rinse it out, wash it out, and then determine if you like that color or not. So that's definitely what I would recommend doing before you start on your frontal. So now you guys are going to see me pull out my frontal, and one major key when you're dyeing your frontal, even if you're doing the roots or the whole thing, it doesn't matter, but you have to protect your lace. So you guys saw that I chose to use my Got To Be glue spray. You can use anything. I heard some people use conditioner or Vaseline. Don't quote me on that because I don't know if it works, but I hear people do that. Do something that's going to protect your lace, because if not, then the hair color is going to bleed through and you're going to have a hot mess on your hands. So do not do that. You see me blow drying the hair. You have to make sure it is definitely dry before you even get started on this process. Okay, so this is how my test piece of hair is looking. So it looks really good and really nice and dark. And of course I went ahead and washed it out just to be sure. But now I'm able to go ahead and start on my frontal. You guys, this frontal is really nice. So I was like, I'm not messing this up. So that's why I took all those precautionary steps. But now I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys how I dyed the roots of my frontal. So there's many ways to do this, but this is what I chose to do after trial and error. And I wanted to take a very small amount of the hair dye up the shaft of the hair at the roots because I did not want a lot of brown. So I really just wanted to focus on the roots. So I would say I only did a few centimeters of hair, if that. It definitely wasn't like 2 inches or anything crazy like that. So this is a very tedious step and it took me a very long time, you guys. Don't get it wrong, this video is sped up, but I definitely think it was worth it by taking my time, because what you guys are going to see is that I have to literally comb back the hair and then part it every time I want to do a new section of hair. And if you don't do it this way, you're going to end up missing pieces of hair, or you might add too much, or you know, you might get it on the lace or whatever the case may be. So it is very tedious, but it's definitely worth it in the end. So you guys will see me doing the same thing over and over again. It's really easy. It's just going to take you a minute if you're really, you know, taking your time with it. So a few other things I want to mention, some tips that probably will help you guys out because it helped me out, is when you're doing this process, say if you get like a little bit of the brown color on the hair and it's in a place that you don't want to get it, if you quickly go ahead and get like a paper towel or something, you can easily like wipe that off. So don't, you know, be freaking out or whatever. Just try to hurry up and wipe it off before it actually settles into the hair. By the way, after I finally finished the entire frontal, because I'm not going to show you guys the entire process because it's very repetitive, but after I finished, I left the color dye on for probably 30 minutes to an hour. You can leave it on for however long you want, but you want to make sure that the color is on there before you rinse it off. And by the way, if you guys are lighter than me, you can go with a lighter brown. If you're darker than me, you can go with a darker brown. Really just whatever you feel like is flattering for your skin tone. So that's definitely what I would recommend doing. Okay, now you guys can see that I finished the entire frontal. So mind you, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I did not go in a very uniform pattern because you don't want your hair to just be one-dimensional. You don't want the hair dye to look so harsh and like it's in a straight line. So try to be a little sporadic when you're going through the strands of your hair because you don't want it to look like it's not natural. That's the whole purpose. So as you guys can see, I finished the entire thing. Like I said, I leave it on from 30 minutes to an hour. So really gauge it on your own, and that's really it. After this, of course, I washed it and I conditioned it as usual and I styled the hair. So this is the final results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.